Hey there everyone, this is Jeff Perkins with JD Cutlery putting together another quick video of a number of the new models that we have anodized and worked on lately. This particular video will be Loin Ma knives. We've got a couple of the fantastic little design, the Lanny. We've got both versions, the version 1 and the version 2 of the Eraser, and we've got an Endeavor. So we'll go ahead and go through these one at a time. I am going to do some of the specs on the Eraser because that is the newest out of the bunch. I've done reviews on the other ones in the past, so we won't go through all the specs on those. We'll just show what the work was that was done on those. So overall, the Eraser does come in a version 1 and a version 2. The version 1 is the full titanium. The version 2 has the nice marble carbon fiber handles, which are really nice, very high quality, looks really good, so very happy with that. The overall specs on the knife, the tip to base measurement on it is 9 inches. The blade is 4 inches, and the steel on the blade is the M390. The handle is 5 inches, and the weight on both versions actually come in at 4.51 ounces. Let's see, the style of the blade is a Wharncliffe shape with a flat ground edge, and this little sucker's got quite an edge to it. That flat grind really gives it a nice fine tip, which makes it very nice for cutting things. Loin Ma's background was a chef, and this one definitely has that feel to it, to me. As you would use this knife, you've got a lot of cutting edge, very similar to a chef's knife, so I can definitely see his background kind of shining through in this one. This knife is manufactured by Riot, so of course you get all the quality of Riot in the Loin Ma design. You do have all titanium components with the exception of the blade, of course. So all of the screws, the pivot caps, pivot screws, and pocket clip backspacer are all titanium, which is very nice because it gives me a little bit more to play with for color. And then of course you've got the M390 blade and the ceramic bearings in the pivot. So very nicely executed, and let's just kind of go through these one at a time. I'm going to go ahead and start with the version 1, seeing as how it's been around a little, well, not that it's been around longer, but it's called the version 1. So this one I did with a nice green background and then hit it with a blue stonewash. So try and get up close, see if it'll focus in. The blue in the stonewash does match the pocket clip, the screws, and the hardware. And of course the backspacer is also matching the pocket clip. Just gave it a real nice two-tone effect. I do like that that stonewash with the color in it because it really does give you a knife that you can beat up a little bit and scratches aren't going to show, that kind of thing, as much. And I do like doing the stonewash with a different color in it. So this one's got the blue stonewash and the other one has a bronze stonewash. So as you can see here, lockup is really nice, probably about 20%. And the action on these knives is really nice and smooth. Flipper, small flipper with a little bit of jimping, just very easily deployed. Nicely done knife. Very happy with these. The blade on this one is a tad bit over to the non-lock bar side, but no rubbing or anything like that. Nothing that affects anything. Very nice knife for anybody that's got a little bit larger hand. I've got a large hand, fits in nicely. I've got plenty of extra sticking out the back. You do have that jimping up here. So very nicely done. You can definitely do the finger flip on this one with a little hole there, so that's nice. Throw it out there that way. Throw it out with the flipper. A little harder to do it with your thumb, but it is possible. Really nicely done. For the length and size of this knife, it's a very slim knife. So feels good in the hand. Disappears rather nicely in the pocket as well. So that's the blue with green, or the green with blue stonewash. This one here is the green with bronze stonewash. It's looking pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and adjust something real quick. Let's play with the lighting here a little bit. So we've got that green with a nice bronze stonewash. Got the bronze pocket clip. Of course, the bronze back spacer. Definitely looks very nice. Lock up on this one is a tad bit earlier. You're probably 10-15%. And centering on this one is a slight bit over to the non-lock bar side, just like the other one was. I believe they came that way, but again, flip like champs. I really like that green with the bronze stonewash and the green stonewash. And of course, you know us, you've got to have that lanyard on there. It's a pretty nice match. That green with a kind of copper paracord. Then we'll jump in here to the version 2, which is that beautiful marble carbon fiber. It has got some great figure to it. Really catches the light nicely. So this one we did with a purple and gold. All your accent titanium is gold. You've got purple, and there's a tiny bit of a hue of gold coming through the purple on this. So it's a pretty cool looking knife. Really like the way that looks. The carbon fiber matches up very nicely. And of course you see the space here, but that's just for the lock bar on it. Centering on this one again, a little bit over to the side. So it does appear to be pretty common on this knife, but man, it flips perfectly. Feels really good in the hand. I actually probably like the feel a little bit more of the carbon fiber version. There's definitely a little more heft here. You can see they did a grind, so it's kind of rounded, and then a flat grind where they narrowed the back end on it. They didn't do that same grind on the carbon fiber, which was probably a smart call, just because it might have given you some burrs and that type of thing. Lockup is probably about 20%. And again, these things really do flip like champs. I'm very pleased with the quality on these, and the fact that you've got such a big knife in a slim package that has plenty of strength to it. The Lanny, this is the first of the all titanium version that I've done. This one was done in a light purple with the high point sanded and done in the blue to match the pocket clips, the back spacer, and all of the hardware. There's your nice little Loinma design logo. And again, M390. I am a real fan of this little knife. The Lanny just deploys so smoothly. I love that titanium that's been textured out with the high points. Gives you a little extra color to it. Really fits good in the hand. Medium-sized knife, not anywhere near as long is the eraser. If you go butt to butt, guess it's not really the best way. Butt to butt, you're a good inch shorter. But this is a cool little knife. A little bit wider. Deploys beautifully. This one is just about perfectly centered. Looking good there. Lockup is right about 40%. Just a cool looking knife. I really do like this design. This is one that I would definitely consider putting in my own collection. Something we've been doing here lately, playing with some different variances. Any of you that have been watching my Instagram have seen a bunch of the ZT 609s that I buffed out, and they have been selling like crazy. So I figured, you know what, let's go ahead and buff out a Lanny, give it that high brilliant shine, and then we went with a purple blue on all of the hardware, and they do give you that filler for the pocket clip if you want to flip it from side to side, but they do give you the filler as well as a screw, so that's a cool deal. Backspacer is also done in that purple blue. Really like this one. It is just such a nice, brilliant, bright knife. A lot of fun. Had this one at the show, the Fort Worth Gun Show the other day, and it saw a lot of action as far as people picking it up. But you know how it goes. You're at a gun show, people are looking to buy guns, and when they see a knife that's going to be in the $400 to $450 range, they think, oh man, I could buy a gun for that price. It's a little harder sell than the knife show community, but I'm going to be hitting a couple of these shows just to see what kind of crowd we can build, that type of thing. So very happy with the buffed out version, and you will see a number of different models come out in the buffed out here, just to give some different options for people. This is the Endeavor. It is a faux, I guess wants to look like an integral, but it's not. Two pieces, no backspacer, but all screwed together on one side. Gives you a very clean look on the other side. Nice buffed out green with a nice bronze stone wash. So happy with the way that one turned out. Did all the screws in bronze. I like how they did the screws from the inside on the lock bar insert. Again, a little bit cleaner looking. Very cool knife. This is the S35VN on this one. And this one's got that little tiny flipper, but flips like a champ. This one's been out for a while. I've sold a number of these, but this is one solid knife. You're at about 50% on the lockup there, and almost perfect on that centering. If you look at the tip at the very end, I like to look at down in here, because that really shows you where it's at. If you tip it to one side or the other, it looks more off. If you look at that tip, that's how you can tell how centered a knife is. So these are the loin maws that I just finished up over the last probably last week or so. So these are out there. They are all posted on the website. I do have one of his XLs. That's the Integral that he's done up. I haven't finished taking this one all the way apart yet, but I do like that Integral design. That's going to be cool. Got the screw out of this side of the pivot, but the pivot's not coming out so easy, so I'm going to try and break this side loose and see if I can get that pivot out. But very cool looking knife. I am a big fan of integrals. The amount of machining that goes into integrals is crazy. So we'll see how this one turns out. I've got a lot of work left to do on this one. Just thought I'd throw it in there real quick so you knew one was coming. Well, thank you for tuning in tonight. We will be throwing a couple other videos up over the next day or so as well. Got a number of RIATs that I've finished up, as well as a number of zero tolerance knives. So thank you again for tuning in. We will see you on the next video. And I am also a little excited about some upcoming new brands. I have just become an authorized dealer for Daryl Ralph's Midtex, as well as Jay Kobeck's Midtex. So you will see some new and different pieces coming out. A couple nice Midtech brands. Very nice quality custom pieces out of both of those makers. And I'm very excited to have those coming in stock soon. So keep an eye out. We'll be seeing some new videos with new models and brands. And again, thank you for checking us out.